This is what being Patrick Bateman means to me.
It's been 25 years since you wrote American Psycho, the book.
Yes.
And now it's a musical.
It is.
What has it been like to see this work get translated from the original book to, of course, the movie that many people know to now this musical theater project?
It feels kind of surreal. I mean, I went and saw the first performance of it for myself. It was very distracting. I recognized so much of it from the book. I think it's really good, and it captures something about the book, or at least Benjamin Walker does, about Patrick Bateman that is so much more expressive, and he's allowed to be because of the theatricality of the show that Christian Bale couldn't, because of the tightness of the close-ups and how you have to act for the camera rather than how you have to on Broadway. And so it's a long trip for that book.
Should we think about that character differently now, now that we're in a it's not the 80s. We've had the global economic downturn. The bankers were reviled. How do you contextualize this character for 2016?
Yes, bankers are reviled. Yes, the notion of a banker as a serial killer is a very suggestive idea for a lot of people, and a lot of people latch onto that. Though I just think that Patrick Bateman really is the emblem of something more universal, which is really, we all look pretty normal, but behind that surface there are very complicated, contradictory things going on, dark thoughts that we don't know about. And I think that is something that a lot of people identify with in terms of Patrick Bateman.
One thing we didn't touch on is kind of the uproar that the original story was met with, and quite a bit of outrage. How do you look at that today?
Well, I don't look at it as much different from this kind of moral outrage that comes from the authoritarian left and liberal media today. It's the same. I did not have right-wing conservatives trying to boycott American Psycho. It was the New York Times and feminists. So it was a very misguided misreading of the text. People just saw the surface of it. And so a very misguided boycott began of the book, where people assumed a portrayal of misogyny is an act of misogyny. And I mean, if you had asked me that two feminists would make it into a movie, I would have told you 5 years previous that that's not going to happen, and yet it did.